Welcome to tutorial number 8. In this one, what we're going to do is look at how do we make this device do different things once I press the button numerous times. So what I mean by that is I want to code this. If I press the button once, I want that LED to go on. If I press it twice, I want that LED to go on. If I press it 3 times, I want that LED to go on. So we're going to be coding that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a variable, and we want to have that variable. I'm just going to call this LED1 and then OK, and I'm just going to drag that out. And the first thing we're going to do is set that variable, that bucket, to 1. So this variable, I called it LED, but it's just a bucket called LED, and it's got number 1 in it. Then I'm going to have a controller, and it's going to be an if statement. And what I want to do is drag out this one here. It's an AND statement. So I want two things to happen. I want to say if a button is pressed, if the button is pressed and LED equals to 1, then do something. Okay, so I'm going to, in a sense, do what? We're going to go to the maths controllers, and I'm going to drag this out, and I'm going to drag it out again for the next one. And I'll go back to my variables. So what I'm saying, or let's go to the input. So we want to have a digital read of pin number 2. So say if digital pin 2 equals high, if it equals high, which means the digital pin is pushed, and my LED equals 1, if my LED equals 1, which it does, because it says LED equals to 1, then do something. So simply we're just going to say, why don't we turn a digital pin on high, and we'll do digital pin 12 is the first one. Now we're going to do something else here. We are going to set that variable pin to 0. So I want to set it to 0, so it locks us out here, because then what it does is it only turns it on, and then it locks us out, so it turns it off, so it can't go back in to turn this high. Well, what we might do, we'll do something a little bit crazy here. We will delay this. Go to control. We'll wait a second, have it on for 2 seconds, and then we'll have it turn off. So I'm just going to right-click and duplicate that. Okay, and I'm just going to take that seconds out, and I'm going to turn that to low. Then, so it's going to do this little sequence, and it's going to turn the LED light off. Now, what I want to now do is create another variable, which is called LED2, because now I want LED2 and I want to pull this out. I want to set LED number 2 to 1. Okay, so that's going to be the next bridge. So then what I do is I drag out another if statement. So this is the next gate, and I'm going to do this again. So I want the AND statement. I'm going to drag that out like so. Then I want 2 of these statements. I want this one, and I dropped out my AND statement. Drop that in there. Another one. Drag it in there. All right. So same again as before in the variables. What I want is go back to the digital read. So if I get a digital read of pin 2 and it's high, let's find the maths, high and equal to. So if that pin's high again and my new variable LED2 is equal to 1, then I want it to do something else. So what do we want it to do? Well, we're going to go to this pin, and we want to turn on pin 11 on high. We want it to wait a couple of seconds. Sorry, we'll wait 2 seconds. And then we want to duplicate that. Just get rid of that. And then we want to set it to pin 11 to low. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to close this gate, all right, that opens, and we want to set the LED number 2 to 0. So that locks us out here. So because we can't go back in and turn this on. Once it's turned on and off, it's turned off because it is here. The LED is set to 1, and it's if that happens, then do these things, and then it turns it off at the end. Then we're going to open up another gate, and this gate is going to call the LED 3. And okay, now we want to then drag this out. We want to set and open up for a new gate to open up, and we're going to call this LED 3. So I think you know where I'm going here. So I'm going to drag out another if statement, and this is the last one. The easiest thing probably for me to do is just click on this if statement, right click and go duplicate the whole thing, and then just pop that down so we don't have to do it again. And we're just going to change this all around. Man, that's way easier. Why didn't I do that before? So if we just go LED 3 now, we're going to change this pin to pin 10, this pin to pin 10, and then we want to set the LED 3 to 0, and then we don't need to open up another gate, so we're just going to throw that out, and that's pretty much it. That's how we're going to do it. So let me explain it. We open up the gate, which is LED pin equals 1, do these things. Okay, so if there's a digital read, that means the button is pressed, which goes to pin 2, and the LED is equal to 1, which is equal to 1 up here. And basically it does these things. Now it opens up another gate, which is LED 2, and shuts this gate. So you can't do this if statement because it's set this to 0. So I can't go back in. Then the same does this again. This time it's looking for LED 2 equals to 1. LED 2 equals to 1, which it has here. Opens up the gate, does these things, sets the gate to 0, so it no longer can get through, and opens up another gate, which is LED 3, which is here. So if the digital read and the pin is pressed, and this LED 3 do these things, and then basically just shut the gate, and that's it. We just have it actually looping once. All right, what we're going to do now is just go to text and then press continue. Now what's actually happening, we need to take this, I'll explain the code a little bit to you. So when Arduino is used, the first thing we do is we explain what our variables are going to be. Now these are the variables which I set. This is LED 1, LED 2 and LED 3, and it sets them all to 0. And this INT is what we call an integer, which is a variable type. There's all different types of variable types. Don't get too complicated, but INT is basically saying, here's my bucket, and it's called LED1 and it's equal to 0. You always have these colons at the end of it. Now you have this thing called a setup, a void setup, and it runs only once in the entire program. It only runs once. And these are the things it does. Pin mode 2 input basically is setting the pins on our Arduino to be input or output pins. Now this is a button pin. It's receiving 5 volts, so that's input. These pins, pins 12, 11 and 10, are our output pins, and they're where our LEDs are going to fit onto. And then we have the LED, and we're saying, okay, set it to 1. I'm just going to copy over that LED, and I'm just going to go cut, and I'm going to bring it up here, press enter, and I'm going to pop it in between those brackets because I only want this to be opened once. If it's down here, it's in the loop, and the loop is going to run over and over and over and over again. Now, the software, unfortunately, the block software doesn't have a void setup function that we can easily use like some other pieces of software like Blocklyduino, which we might get around to using. But it's not bad for us to actually understand a bit of code and where things have to go. So it's only going to run this once. It's only going to open that door once. Now I can start the simulation, and I'm just going to reduce the code down, and we'll see if this works. I press it once, flashes on and off. Press the button again, flashes on and off. Press the button again, on and off, and it runs that sequence. And that's how we use the software in this way. Let's see what happens if we go back to block. I don't even know what's going to happen. Continue. It's just totally wiped the whole thing. Oh well, just because it changed. Oops-a daisies. So that's how you do it. Now all you need to do is, it's too late now, all my code's gone. I would have copied and pasted that into my Arduino IDE and uploaded it to my board, but I've lost it all. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial. I'm going to go away and cry.